So I was very lucky to get to know Tanuja and then ultimately have the privilege of serving for her and with her as my client. Once she decided it was time to go in-house, she actually joined a Fortune 200 company, and it was such a privilege to be able to be there by her side and help her through what she needed. I think that was the epitome for me of what it means to be a lawyer, because it provided me the opportunity to really be her trusted advisor.
I have known Gina Ferraro of Media Mark Spotlight for probably 5 or 6 years. I first met her as a result of a legal need that she had, and that ended up very successfully. And one of the nice things is that we had a lot of commonality, and we became friends. And so the relationship went beyond just being a lawyer and a client, and now I view her as a trusted advisor, and I believe she views me as a trusted advisor, so we throw ideas against each other all the time to try to help each other in our businesses.
I don't think that it's just Joe has helped me. I also think that I've helped Joe. He wasn't always a client, but when he finally gave me the opportunity, we've been together sort of since that time. But in one particular instance, he had a long-standing client that was trying to expand their work with him. And the challenge came in because corporate was different than some of the affiliates. I had an opportunity to start the true advocacy of my job. And the greatest part, frankly, of the story is that the end result is his work with them has expanded, and he's still much more legally protected than he would have been otherwise.
So I think the reason Jeff hired me is because I specialize in certain industries, recurring revenue industries. And Jeff's business is a recurring revenue business. It's a personal emergency response business. And I've been active in those spaces for a long time, and I'm fairly certain that's why he asked me to represent him. It's always interesting, it's always fun, we're always moving, there's always stuff to do. It's a bit of a roller coaster ride, but there's nobody I'd rather be in a roller coaster with than Jeff.
I'm a partner at Duane Morris, and I've known Ann Novak, the Vice President of Human Resources at Lassonde Pappas, for more than 25 years. We started out together as kids. We both were at other companies. I was at a firm no longer exists. She was at a company that no longer exists. And we were the junior people working together. So we've worked at many companies for 25 years, and it's people like Ann that make me happy to be able to be a lawyer.
I have always learned more from the people I've represented, and I think they've learned from me. John has added to that knowledge of how to think and be strategic as much or more than anybody else that I've ever met. We basically sold John's company twice, and in each instance, watching him both negotiate the transaction and analyze the issues that we had to deal with to close the transaction were probably more learning experiences for me than they were for him.
I truly enjoy working with John. He truly values the input of his advisors, and he inspires members of his team to stretch to achieve more for the company. John also is able to process information rapidly and make critical decisions on a variety of fronts simultaneously. This proved exceptionally valuable when we were working on a 24/7 basis on a number of complex transactions in parallel, which ultimately led to the successful sale of that prior company. I value the collaboration and am pleased that we continue to work with John in his new role at Mobiquity.
Alex and I came to know each other about 8 or 9 years ago when he had a particular portfolio company that needed some assistance. Our relationship started there and then ballooned into our representation of FFEC on virtually every portfolio company investment that they make. We speak together a lot. We have written on issues of interest to early stage companies, and we've been in the trenches on scores of deals together. It's just incredible to get to work with Alex.
My nominator, John Purcell, was a referral source. His company is located in Maryland, Northern Maryland, and I do a lot of business in Maryland and in the state of Delaware. Those are very small legal communities, and a lot of people have conflicts down there, so I have sort of become the go-to lawyer because I'm not conflicted with any of the banks down there. And I think that we were successful in devising a workout plan that has enabled him not only to continue his business, but to turn his business around and to get some vibrant results.
I first got to know Andy when Andy was a partner in my law firm. It started when he walked into my office one day when I was a newly minted young partner, and in my naivete agreed to work on a new project with him before he told me what the project was. It turned out that he had just been made chair of the new business committee, and he was responsible for revamping all of the policies and procedures for business intake in our firm. Retrospectively, that was the first opportunity I had to start learning the business side of law firm practice. And I think that it was that first opportunity that led me to other business side assignments that ultimately culminated in me being elevated to managing partner.